from the driver's seat of our tiny home on wheels. My two dogs and me live here. It's a 1988 Chevrolet G30 one-ton van, 6.2 liter diesel. We've been living in Geulah since November of 2020. It is now May of 2021. So here's a little tour of what life looks like here in our little home. All right, a little interjection from future Tiffany since I recorded all of the other footage a little while ago. Don't get me wrong, living in a low-top van with two big dogs is challenging. You know what? We're making it work, and here's how. For those of you who know me well, know that I absolutely love plants. Like, maybe I'm a crazy plant lady. Living on the road, though, has been challenging because it's hard to find space for plants, and the type of plants that will survive our varying climates, temperatures, all of the bouncing on bumpy roads, and potential tip-overs. Luckily, in the van, I found a couple of spots with some good pots where they don't fall over, and even though I've had some losses with some plants in the past that I thought would survive because of the varying temperatures we live in, they did not. So sadly, they have left us. But a couple days ago, I got a couple new plants and I'm very excited. So behind the driver's seat are some dog toys, Busco's dog food. I have a little jacket hanger with a hook, some shoes, and my plant on top of my chest, which is where I store non-perishables, some cooking supplies, things like that. Behind the chest is more storage. I have a fan, a bag of reusable cloth napkins, my cooking equipment, cooking stove. Underneath all these bags and dog vests to keep Ruger warm is my booster equipment, if you can see it. I work remotely on the road, and sometimes I camp in spots that don't have great cell service, so I'm able to have a booster to help me out. Some of you may have already noticed the bus windows and the bus seat. This van was converted into a very tiny school bus many, many years ago, and some of the remnants still remain. There are also some spots of yellow paint throughout the inside of the van, which I love and I plan to keep. There's also a bus door on the passenger side. A small basket that fits perfectly with my pee jars, you know, hashtag van life, toilet paper, so some bathroom supplies, and then also some dog supplies. This is my eco-friendly way of saving paper instead of it going to waste. If and when I do eat out occasionally or go to places where they give away napkins for free, I keep them instead of throwing them away, and I use them periodically because other than toilet paper, I don't buy any paper products. And speaking of reusable things, behind the little pot under the seat is actually a really cool bag. It's my dad's old military backpacking pack. In it, I store towels that I can use to clean off the dogs when they get very dirty, or wipe around things around the van, or clean towels to dry off dirty dishes. And yes, there are dirty dishes. I cook, and to clean them, I have a spray bottle of soapy water and a reusable copper scrubber that I use to do a light spray so I can get the soap. I scrub everything out, and then I use a little bit of water, very sparingly, to rinse it out and dry it off. have some simple underbed storage. I have some clothes on the left side. And then if you flip over, I've got a little table with my cooler in it. And on top are my bag of like socks, bras, and underwear. I've got a crate full of like personal care stuff. Ruger's blanket when it's cold. He loves to get cozy. I can fit my guitar back there and a cool hat. I'm able to store 4 gallons of fresh drinking water for me and 4.5 gallons of water for the dogs. So I keep my fresh drinking water in Crystal Geyser bottles that I reuse until they get stinky, and then they become dog water bottles, and then once they get too worn and torn for that, they become recycling. So they are not single-use plastic. I do my best to reuse and repurpose them as much as I can until I have a better system, built-out van to store proper single-use jug of water for us. Dog waters fit perfectly behind the bus seat in between the table where I store my cooler under. I showed you earlier where I store Busco's food, and the reason it's only Busco's food is because unfortunately Ruger got sick a little bit ago, and we found out that he needed to be on some special food to help his bladder and urinary tract. So I was really stressed out trying to find a space in our tiny van for an extra bag of dog food that I could access daily, because it can't go in the garage because I need to get to it morning and night when I feed the dogs. So luckily I was able to kind of make something work. It's not ideal and hopefully it's temporary, but as long as we live in Geulah, it might be how it is until we get a bigger rig. So if you come with me through here, there's Busco's food and the toys that he loves so much. And behind our little curtain is Ruger's food that I store next to the trash. I keep a little spare kind of dirty quote-unquote towel that I use to wipe off the dogs before they come in the van. Look at those windows, and you probably can see that there are no actual curtains up there. That's because there's not. So what I did when I first moved into the van is I covered some Reflectix and some cute cloth, and so it makes it cute on the inside when I have the Reflectix up and reflecting on the outside to keep the sun out and for privacy, especially when they sleep at night in the city. So the garage is where I store a lot of things also. I'll give you a little tour. Under the bed, I've got dog food, tools, some extra blankets, my camping chair, yoga mat, skateboard, and some camping equipment, and my snow chains. Thanks for checking out my van with me. I hope you enjoyed the tour and have a great day. Peace.